Does your morning look something like this? So, like most people, I enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning to get my day started off right. However, over the past couple of years, I've gone from wanting a cup of coffee to needing a cup of coffee to needing multiple cups of coffee to now drinking 4 or 5 cups of coffee before noon and still feeling dead tired. It's at the point where I could drink 10 cups of coffee and still take a nap right after. I feel absolutely no boost of productivity and I feel zero effect from the caffeine. And now I just drink coffee just to drink coffee, and I feel like it's a good time to take a little bit of a tolerance break. And it turns out taking a break from caffeine can actually be really good for you. Some of the benefits include resetting your caffeine tolerance so you will feel a bigger impact of the caffeine after the break, better sleep because caffeine can affect your sleep quality even hours after consumption, reduced anxiety and jitters, restoring natural energy to your body, and better hydration and digestion because coffee can be really hard on your stomach and it can be mildly dehydrating, which is amazing, and I really look forward to getting those benefits back. However, caffeine is a drug, and with all drugs, side effects for quitting coffee may include, but are not limited to, headaches, grogginess, unexplained rage towards innocent coworkers, existential fatigue, spontaneous napping, dramatic sighing, increased appreciation for naps, questioning every life decision made before 9 a.m., and mistaking herbal tea for sadness in a cup. Other symptoms may include caffeine flashbacks, dreams about espresso, and attempting to smell energy from an empty mug. If symptoms persist, consult your local barista or reintroduce coffee slowly to avoid becoming a menace to society. Please quit responsibly. So yeah, this will be my last cup of coffee for a week, and then I'm going to go cold turkey. Hopefully I don't get any of the symptoms aforementioned, but with that being said, I'm going to appreciate this while it lasts, and wish me luck. Cheers. It's currently 9 o'clock in the morning, and I just wrapped up my first work meeting of the day, and now is typically when I would have my first cup of coffee, and I can start to feel the cravings. But it wouldn't be much of a challenge, and you guys definitely wouldn't be seeing this on YouTube if I caved in this early. So instead of that, I'm gonna go make some breakfast and get on with my day. So it's the afternoon now, it's a little bit after 12 o'clock, and I'm not feeling, unusually or overly tired than what I usually feel when I've had 2 or 3 cups of coffee by this point. So far, so good. I'm about to take a break from work. I'm going to go let my dog outside and then go hit the gym. So we'll see if my energy stays up. It's now 4 p.m., which means I officially made it through my first work day without a single cup of coffee. And, it feels great. Although I feel like I have more energy than I usually do at 4 p.m. because I haven't gotten that caffeine crash yet, but I have a headache and some of the symptoms, the withdrawal symptoms, are setting in. I guess this is just all part of the detoxing experience. I've got some plans later tonight, so I'm hoping this headache kind of subsides by then, but I really kind of want to go to sleep right now. Okay, it's day 2 of no coffee, and things are moving pretty smoothly so far. Last night, I probably got the best sleep I've had in the past couple of months. So I think that the quantity of caffeine that I was consuming every day was really having a big impact on the amount of sleep I was getting and the quality of sleep that I was getting every night. However, I still woke up this morning feeling really tired and kind of out of it, and so I'm thinking that maybe in the next couple of days, as the caffeine slowly completely gets out of my system, then maybe my sleep will be to a point where I can wake up feeling completely refreshed and rejuvenated. On the bright side though, I don't have a headache today yet, so that's a good thing, and I'm feeling like today's gonna be a pretty good day, so let's get it. Okay, it's 1:30 right now, and I am so dead tired. I wanna go crawl into bed and take a nap. The regret is setting in. This sucks. It's coming up on 10 p.m. right now. I've just been editing a video for the past couple of hours, and I don't feel actually that tired. I was definitely feeling it earlier in the day, around 2 to 3 p.m. I was crashing hard, but I was actually able to get a second wind, and my second wind actually came and I felt like I had a lot more energy than I usually do back when I would have like 3 cups of coffee and then I would crash. It would take me either a lot longer or I would never actually fully recover to the energy level I had during like the morning hours. So I feel like I'm starting to see the benefits from going on this caffeine break already. One thing I have noticed though is I'm definitely more irritable and I have less patience than I did before I went on this break. Let's just say it's a blessing that I get to work from home so I can be my cranky old get off my lawn type of person for the next week all by myself and I don't have to annoy anybody else. But I'm going to get back to editing this video for the next 20 to 25 minutes and then I'm going to hit the hay. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. We have officially made it to Friday, which I'll count as a success. This might sound weird, but I can almost feel the caffeine reset in my brain. Like I feel like I'm slowly gaining more energy and I'm slowly like recovering from a caffeine addiction. I don't know if it's just a placebo or if I'm just imagining it all up in my head, but it's nice to feel like I'm going in the right direction. But this weekend is Easter weekend, and so it's gonna be a lot of time spent around family, and you guys already know how extended periods of time with family might go. And I'm 3 days into my caffeine break. So, wish me luck. Okay. We're back from family Easter. Back to back to back family Easter, which was fun, but I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go take a nap. I probably could have drank like 57 cups of coffee this weekend. I needed to drink 57 cups of coffee this weekend, but we had 0. Staying strong, no caffeine, only got a couple days left. But in the meantime, I'm taking a nap, so I'll talk to you guys later. We're on day like 5 or 6 at this point, and I'm kind of regretting my decisions. I don't know if it's the caffeine withdrawals, I don't know if it's just the nonstop activities with Easter weekend and everything, but I could use a break. That is the break from the break, of course. Good thing we prepared for this. Decaf. So what I'm hoping happens is I just pretend that this is caffeinated. It gives me all of the good benefits, but I'm still on my caffeine break. And so I don't break any rules, but I might get some of the benefits back that I've been missing so much. So yeah, I've never actually had decaf coffee before, so this will be a fun little experiment. I get to test it out, and what better time to try it out than on a caffeine break. So I'm gonna throw this in the Keurig and let's test it out. That's good stuff. Okay, so today was a bad day. I felt extremely tired throughout the entire day. It was awful. The decaf did not help. It's making me question whether or not now was the best time to do this little caffeine break because I just feel so overly exhausted. I got off work today and I just fell asleep for like 2 hours, which was much needed, but also terrible because now I'm not going to get, the best sleep tonight. So I mean, it is what it is. So we're going to chalk today up as a loss, and hopefully tomorrow's better. Today is going to be a good day. I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite feelings in the entire world is waking up an hour or two before your alarm clock is supposed to go off for the day, because then you get up and you're all mad and pissed off at the world and yada, yada, yada. But then you look at the clock and you're like, oh my God, I don't have to get up for another hour, and you get to go back to bed. And I don't know about you guys, but those hours are the best sleeps I ever get. And that's exactly what happened to me this morning. So I woke up feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to go for the day. And that's somewhat continued throughout the day. It's now like 1:30 p.m. and I'm definitely feeling tired, more tired than, I usually would, having a bunch of caffeine in the morning. But, I've like maintained my level of energy well better than I have been for the past week. To give you an analogy, if I start the morning out, I started out really bad with no energy. I started like 0 to 10 out of 100. And then by about 10 o'clock, I'm usually at my peak. So let's call it I have 100% energy. And then slowly as the day goes on, like to when I get to the afternoon, like noon to 1 p.m., I usually have like 75 to 60% energy. And then after that, it kind of falls off a cliff. And by 4 p.m., I'm down to like 20% energy. But over the past week, when I've had zero caffeine, I feel like I've never actually gotten up to 100% energy. Instead, my body goes from 0 to 10% right when I wake up and slowly builds up its energy to like 60 or 70%, and then it starts to taper off. But today's a little bit different. I feel like I've actually gotten closer to my normal peak energy throughout the day. It might not have been at 100%, but it's getting there, maybe 90 or so. And that's really exciting because I feel like this caffeine break is actually working. And so my body is naturally giving myself the energy to get through the day rather than need to supplement that with a bunch of caffeine. But yeah, I'm gonna try to ride this high throughout the rest of the day, and hopefully I can maintain that level of energy and I don't suddenly, crash and burn and need to take a nap in a couple of hours, but we'll see. It's officially been 1 week since I've had my last cup of coffee. At this point, I feel like I've already gone through the worst of it. Most of my caffeine withdrawal symptoms have pretty much disappeared. I'm no longer having caffeine cravings, and I no longer feel like absolute garbage. At the same time, I feel like I'm just starting to see some of the benefits from going on this caffeine tolerance break. My sleep has been getting better, but it's still not great. My energy levels are rising, but they're not quite to the level I want them to be at. And I still feel like I have this thick layer of fog in my head that hasn't lifted yet. Which is why I've made the executive decision to extend this no caffeine period from a week to a month. I've been reading some articles recently that have said if a caffeine break lasts only a week or so, the only real benefit you're gonna see is an overall caffeine tolerance decrease. But if you want to see meaningful changes to your energy level and sleep quality, then a break that lasts 30 days or more is recommended. So here's the 3 more weeks of no caffeine. This is decaf, by the way.
It's day 8 and it's beautiful out here, man. Absolutely gorgeous.
Day 9. It's day 10.
It's currently day 11.
Day 12. Day 13. 14 now.
It's day 15, 16,
17. Day 18.
it's day 19,
20. 21.
22,
23. 24. 25. Day 26. Day 27. Day 28. Day 29. It's day 30. Let's make it a good one. It's officially been 31 days since I've gone cold turkey on caffeine. That means no coffee, no energy drinks, nothing that's gonna give me that boost of caffeine throughout the day. And I've definitely noticed an increase in productivity, energy levels, and better sleep. I think it was around 3 weeks into this caffeine challenge where I really started to notice an increase in sleep quality and just a basic overall level of energy throughout the day. Quitting caffeine over the past 30 days has been a phenomenal experience. Really, the only thing that I feel like I'm missing is that morning routine when I get up, I get my first cup of coffee, I sit down at my desk, and I feel really, really productive for that first 2 to 3 hours. Whereas now, even with my decaf coffee, I sit down at my desk and it takes me a good 1, 2, maybe even 3 hours on some bad days to gain up that energy to get to where I'd be at if I just sat down with a regular cup of coffee. So I am gonna be going back to drinking regular coffee with caffeine in it rather than drinking the decaf that I have been for the past couple of weeks. But this time I'm gonna do it right so I don't go off the rails like I did previously. First off, I'm gonna limit myself to just 1 cup of regular caffeinated coffee per day. And if I want more coffee after that, it has to be decaf. Second, I can't have a cup of coffee until at least an hour after I wake up in the morning. There have been studies that show that having caffeine right away in the morning before your body has a chance to naturally wake itself up is what leads to those caffeine crashes. So waiting an hour or 2 after you wake up before you have that first cup of coffee will help to counteract that. That's gonna be my plan moving forward, but with all of that said, this here will be my first cup of caffeinated coffee in the past 30 days. So I'm gonna enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you had, maybe leave a like. I don't know. But take care of yourselves. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.